What do you want to talk about today?
Oh,
You know, I just gave you your copy of this new book, Chaos of Miracles. And you talked to me about it. You said it's a very unique book. What do you think about it?
that book, I think that's the greatest book that's been written yet about healing.
You see why I wanted him to tell you what he thinks about the book.
Chaos. No, not cows. Chaos. In French and Spanish, it's chaos. But here in English, it's chaos. All the vowels are plain. Chaos of miracle. Could that be? Chaos seems like a rambling, mixed up hullabaloo, you know. But this was not that. LaDonna, how did you find the time to write this book?
This is a real story. I don't know if you have your copy yet. If you don't have Chaos of Miracles, this is the live report on the day-to-day events of the Kikwit Democratic Republic of Congo.
We've never heard that word.
Kikwit. K-I-K-W-I-T. Kikwit.
Kikwit.
Uh-huh. And it's in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, right in the middle of Africa, large nation in the heart of Africa. And what this book conveys is really a day-by-day report of this amazing mission. If you don't have this book, you need to have it. I've encouraged even my children to sit and read this with their children, to use it with their family devotions, because it's like reading Bible days. It's absolutely like Bible days. So because the circumstances were difficult, we didn't always have electricity, so light and so on was a luxury. I sat with my iPhone and tried to document day by day what was happening and the impression of this amazing event. So this book has come out of those very difficult, with my thumbs, capturing word by word this report.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
Overwhelming. Because you captured it. It's like a flowing blessing all through it. I read it and I cried all the way through it.
I did too. Every time I would read it, I just wept. You could feel the presence of the Lord.
I'm not just saying that. I don't cry reading books.
I understand.
But I cried on that because it's so close to me. They're my people. These are my people. These people that don't have friends.
Well, what happened in Kikwit, Papa, and I think one of the things that caused this to be such an electric, chaotic manifestation of the power of God was that this is a place that no one has ever gone to conduct these kind of great events. I look for those kind of places where others don't go.
Yeah.
And so, number one, the need was very great.
Isn't that what Jesus said to do?
Yes. He did. He says we must go to other towns also.
Yeah.
So we don't just stop at the border or in the capital. We keep moving.
He didn't want to leave anybody out.
No. So the need was very great, but also the hunger. The people were ready. Even from the airport, they were lining the road from the airport into the town.
I know about that.
You know about that.
Yes.
I remember Kampala, 30 kilometers from Entebbe into Kampala. So when there's hunger by the people, God can really do marvelous things. So of course, there were many things that happened that are documented in the book, but on the first day of the evangelism event is when the title of this book really materialized. Absolutely. Because I never was able to pray for the sick. Miracles began happening.
In Kikwit.
In Kikwit, yes. Just as I was ready.
To us up in Togo, but that's different.
I remember.
I'm glad to hear this.
Yeah, it happens a lot, but this was so unique. The crowd was so massive, 80, 100,000 people. And just as I was ready to preach, Papa, I looked to the left, and the trees that were lining this soccer field or football field, I saw the tops of the trees begin to stir. And as I watched, the the stirring of the wind went right down the trees to the ground and then began to move among the trees around the field. I knew this was a supernatural
That was
wind.
supernatural.
And so while I'm trying to watch this wind while talking to the people, miracles start taking place.
See?
So it was a total chaotic, powerfully miraculous moment. And so there was no way to even draw attention to certain testimonies or tell the people what to do. It was just, you would hear screams and shouting over here as people were throwing their crutches or putting their canes in the air. Over here then it would start. It was an absolute chaos of miracles. Day after day, God showed himself in this forgotten area of the world that I had never heard of before.
No.
Had you ever heard of Kuwait?
No. And I've been in Congo twice.
I had to actually look on the map after I agreed to go to see, now where is this place?
Yeah.
And so this was the book. And as Papa said, as you read it, you'll weep with the emotion of Christ to see what he will do when people allow him to be himself. So if you don't have it yet, we've sent out so many of these, but if you don't have yours, please go to the e-store and just look up Chaos of Miracles and get yours on the way. It will make a great difference in just your perspective of what God can do even when circumstances are not conducive. He's a great God. It's powerful.
It's powerful.
Powerful.
It's powerful to think that you're out there seeing that take place. That has taken place in almost 100 countries.
Well, actually over 100, Papa. Look at this.
I think.
Remember this? It's over 100. Here they're all listed. Remember, we prepared this for our partners.
Look at this.
That actually, you may not be able to see that very well, but all of the dark blue areas are nations where we have been in face-to-face ministry. Face-to-face. The multitudes we're talking about. The miracles we're talking. Face-to-face. This is a list of all the nations, A to Z. And we're not even beginning to talk about the nations where we've sent our materials, where our books have gone under some wall or curtain or border and have done a great work.
How many times have you been to China?
I've been to China alone 5 times.
5 times, and it wasn't easy.
Oh, very difficult.
Thank you.
Very difficult. Very clandestinely out in regions, moving every couple of days so that we don't put the believers in danger. It's not easy. But I'm amazed. And now, of course, through the internet, Papa, do you realize that we have received visits from friends in almost 190 countries of the world?
Hallelujah.
There are only 195 countries. Isn't that amazing?
Only how many?
195 official nations. And so when you think about how the internet brings the gospel, no wonder you're still alive and preaching and
Hallelujah.
talking,
Happy.
because there's a world
Yeah.
that is available that hears your words. In countries where we cannot have our great evangelism events, there's no freedom to do that. It wouldn't be safe for people to gather. But in even those places, the internet is there. The internet is there.